We don't always take criticism well. I know I struggle with it, and I get wrapped up in my connection with my self-worth and the value of my work. And it kind of becomes like a reflection on who I am, what I'm capable of, like how I made decisions that I did, why I look at one direction over another direction. It comes from like inside me. It's my idea, my emotions, my reactions to the spaces that I create and the spaces that I go into. And I become connected with the work that I do. Don't you take your designs seriously? Don't you put everything you have into them? Then you start to get feedback and you get criticism, and it can start to hurt like inside, especially when it's delivered poorly. But we have to learn how to accept feedback and embrace the criticism because it's not a reflection on you. You got to remind yourself this. It's only a comment, a difference of opinion on the execution of your idea. What might have they done differently? Don't forget, it's much easier to comment on something that already exists in the world than it is to create that thing from scratch. And creating is the hard part. So you did the hard part. Now you're getting a reaction to the work that you did. You want your work to create a strong emotional reaction. And the artist who has work in the museum, if they were a fly on the wall, they might hear things like people would say, "Oh, I could have done that," or that looks so easy. I bet I could do that, you know. I'm sure you've heard people actually say that thing, but how many of those people that say that have actually tried to do that thing? You don't really know that you can do something until you actually try to create it, and you'll find it's harder than it looks. We envision the ideal thing in our mind, how we want them to look, and we believe that we have the skill to pull it off, but when we execute it, it just like falls flat. If you've ever tried to create something, you know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. It's not easy, and you have to take the passing comment for what it's worth. You have to keep in mind what qualities of that comment should you actually grab, the ones that matter, the ones that you can make a positive impact on the project with. That feedback combined with your execution will create better work. People are going to evaluate your designs. Architecture it's a team effort, and as much as sometimes I want it to just be me, you know, here's my design, now build this, it doesn't really work that way. There's always feedback, always revisions and changes that can enhance the design, but sometimes destroy it as well. So you have to be able to recognize the valid comments and learn to mine the gold from everyone's comments and keep pushing that design forward.